Hey you, it's me, and I thought I would share a little dating story. First, this weekend. I was working this weekend doing customer service, and I was talking to a gentleman who was telling me about the beautiful view from his window. There's mountains and a river, and it had snowed earlier that day. And I was surprised that it had even snowed already this year, but that happens. But yeah, he was telling me how lovely and pretty it was outside his window and how relaxing it is. And I said, well, that's great. And then he mentioned the river again. And he said, yeah, but you have to make sure to puncture the lungs or else the person you killed will float. And I went, what? I mean, it was literally out of nowhere he said this. And then he talked about it for a few more minutes, and then the conversation was over. And I left, I was a little shaken. I wasn't sure how to take that. So I did definitely phone a friend. And I talked to my friend about it, and we actually looked it up. Turns out you'd have to take out the organs of a person so that they wouldn't float, which I thought was interesting. And we just kind of laughed about it, and just obviously just some weird dude. Maybe he had some weird fantasies, creative fantasies. Who knows? And it was very weird, strange, and at the end of it, I felt a lot better after talking to my friend. So I was on a dating app, and I matched up with a guy who seemed like a really interesting guy. He was a writer, and he wrote some really strange, fantastic kind of stuff. And I thought that was really cool. I like to, meet creative types and, talk with them, see what makes them creative. It's all really interesting to me. And so I sent him my number, and I said, please give me a call when you can. And he said, okay, I'll give you a call tomorrow. I said, great. So I was really looking forward to this call. I just thought, ooh, a nice creative type. This will be fun, maybe he'll have a good sense of humor. It was really exciting. So he sends me a text. I'm not sure, is it texts? It's a hard word. Anyway, he sends me a text, and he says that he can't call me because he's doing some work, but he can text me. And this to me immediately was a red flag, because in a situation like that, it's very easy to say, look, I could take a quick 10-minute break and call you, or I can call you the next day when I'm not on a deadline, or if I take a evening break, a dinner break, I'll call you then. No, he just said, I can't talk, but we can text. So I immediately thought, big red flag. This guy may not be who he says he is, because if you've been on dating apps, a lot of them are just scammers, just people from other countries trying to befriend you, tell you you're beautiful, and then try to get money from you. It's crazy. So I was already a little off center with this guy, but I thought, well, all right, I can text a little bit. And he asked me, so what did you do this weekend? So of course, me thinking, oh, creative type, he might think what happened with this weird potential serial killer guy might be interesting. So I told him the story about what happened. And I even included at the end, but you'd have to take out all the organs to make a body sing. So, of course, it probably wasn't true, LOL, right? I thought that he would find that at the very least, interesting. Maybe ask me a few more questions about it. Oh my God, what did you say? What did you think? Something, right? He's a writer. I just assumed. Well, I shouldn't have. Because his first reaction was, why would you tell me that? he did not find it humorous in the slightest. And I think he probably blocked me after that. That's okay. If he, I mean, personally, yes, it's a little bit funny to, come out with that. But I thought, as a creative person, he would appreciate it. He might find the humor in it, or at least interested in, what happened and why that happened and something. But he didn't. And that's why I don't date very often, because it's hard to find people who have a sense of humor and who get me. I don't know. Maybe it was too soon, too quick, but it was at the top of my head. It was something that I had been thinking about a lot. It only had happened the day before. So I was thinking a lot about it, and it would have been fun to just talk about it with him and get his opinion and, maybe have a little fun with it. But he obviously thought that I was a creep. What are you going to do? Anyway, that's my story. You can leave a comment below if you think that I'm a creepy weirdo for bringing that up, or if you think it would have been kind of interesting, intriguing, funny. Let me know. Anyway, that's all I got to say.